Hi, I'm Charlie at Horse Saddle Shop, and today we're going to show you how to change the fenders on a saddle. Now before we get started, most everyone's aware that you can raise or lower the stirrups on a saddle to accommodate the needs of the rider. And the way you do that on most saddles is by using this Blevins buckle. Simply slide that off, and you can adjust up or down in the series of holes on the back, and then put it back on at the length that works for you. There's usually about 5 to 6 inches of range that you have on a saddle to go up or down. So if you need to go up or down more than that, then you probably need a different pair of fenders. Here at Horse Saddle Shop, we get a lot of requests for shorter fenders, so we actually stock these Cordura fenders in youth and adult sizes so that we can swap them out for you. Today we're going to be using this big horn saddle for our demonstration, and we're going to move it over to a table because it's easier to work if you've got it laid out in front of you. As a reference point, standard fenders that come on most saddles can adjust up to accommodate riders with an inseam of around 30 inches. So if your inseam is less than that, you may need to get shorter fenders. And really, even if your feet can reach the fenders at the shortest adjustment, just keep in mind that the higher you raise up the stirrups, the bulkier it's going to get underneath your thigh, under the jockey here, because the wider part of the fender is going to be up under the jockey. So that's something to consider as well. Just one other little tip before we change this fender. We often hear from our customers who have adjusted their stirrups up that there isn't enough of this narrow part of the fender to put their hobble strap on. And it's important to just remember that the stirrup leathers are just creating a loop, and it goes up through the tree and back around. So you can often get more of this narrow part of the fender available by just rotating the stirrup leather loop through the tree. Let me show you what I mean. Take this hobble strap off, and let's just say this fender was adjusted up like this, and you can see if you did that and had it rotated like that, there's no narrow part. You couldn't get this hobble strap on there without really doing it awkwardly. But again, just pull that down, rotate that up, and you've got plenty of room for your hobble strap. Okay, let's change the fender. So the first thing you want to do is remove the hobble strap and the stirrups. The way you get the stirrup off is just take off the Blevins slider, pop that out, and then that comes out. Take your slider off, and then you've opened the loop. So now you can just pull that out through the tree, and you can see you kind of have a catch point there, and the reason is you see there's no leather on this part of the stirrup leather. This part where the Blevins buckle goes, there's this leather strip on there. It can kind of get caught in the tree, the slot in the tree. So here's a little thing that I've found is helpful. If you turn the saddle over, and basically you can just feed this whole thing right through underneath this side like this. Just pull it out, and you can see that's the part that was getting caught on the tree. As you're trying to pull that around the edge of the tree, it's getting caught. So if you pull it through this way and then just pull everything out, then it's just real easy to pull this through, and it comes right out. Okay, so we've got our stirrup, or our fenders off. Now here's our replacement fender that we're going to put on. And another thing that's good to do is keep track of the orientation of that fender that was on the saddle so that you get the other one put in the same way. You also want to make sure you have the correct fender, because there is a left and a right fender. So once you've got the right fender here, and the way you see that is just by holding that up, and you can see that this part of the fender should be facing back. So we've got our fender ready to go, and now it's just a matter of threading that back through into the slot in the tree. And it's a bit like threading a needle. It's not really difficult, just takes a little persistence. Once you get it to go in there, then you'll see it's coming out the bottom side here. It's going right through the slot in the tree, coming out the bottom here. So again, just pull it all the way through, so that the leather part is out. And then you're just going to feed it back up through underneath the tree. And you're just going to feed that through so that until you can reach it. And let me show you here. So it's going over the tree as you go up, and then it's coming back through underneath the tree. You can see the blue tree there. You can't totally see the slot in the tree, but it's in there, and there's just a little slot in there that this is going through. So then it's just a matter of pulling that all the way through until it's tight. You don't have any slack there. Okay, and to put it back together, we're going to put the Blevins slider on, and this part that comes out goes on the back side of the leather so that it can accommodate the extra metal from the Blevins buckle that's going to slide in there. Okay, so we got that on there, and then you're just going to put your stirrup in there, and then we just need to create that loop and close it up. So put this up however high you think you might need it. You can always adjust later. Put that through the holes. Should be a good tight fit, and that should slide down and kind of snap in. Okay, this excess we just tuck up under here. Get your stirrup in place, and then you simply put your hobble strap back on, and that's it. You're ready to go. You may need to make some final adjustments, but you've got your new fenders on, and should be a good fit for you. I'm Charlie at Horse Saddle Shop. Thanks for watching, and give us a call if you need any help with this. We'll be glad to help you. If you need to get a saddle with shorter fenders on it and you know that ahead of time, just let us know and we'll swap them out for you. Thanks for watching.